73, the last check in Springfield, 76 in St. Louis. We were concerned about sunshine because that has brought more instability and helped raise the threat for severe weather today as this warm, unstable air mass taps into some of those atmospheric dynamics, giving us severe weather as we go into the afternoon and evening. Another round of these showers will spin around our low coming into Saturday night and into Sunday morning here. I think Sunday is going to be a more breezy day with more widespread scattered showers here. See how these little blips there? Certainly a little cooler of a day for us here. What happens is we're having a little tango between two lows, a little dance going on. Got a low maneuvering to the north, another one fills in on the backside, and that'll keep those chances for showers with us through Sunday. But at least we're dry and sunny here. In fact, temperature's not that bad. Again, 74 for tomorrow, 81 for Sunday. Saturday night, Sunday morning, that's a free air conditioning night. Good air quality, nice cool temperatures, 48. We've got warm afternoons and cool, crisp nights thanks to the dry air that's working its way on in. It's now confined with this, still probably a tornado down south of Lake Fort, east of Buffalo Heart on the Logan-Sangamon County line. Here's your surge around. You've got winds pulling in. The combination here, the red and the greens, that's a velocity couplets where the storm shows that we've got rotation very tight. That'll be now south of Lake Fork, moving towards Latham, maybe Warrensburg, Mount Pulaski, very close for you. Let's go ahead and shelter there. Even though we're talking about this, there's a lot of wind on that line too, Kevin. You've got, if we had to pick the best chance, at this point, I'd say Friday into Saturday before things start to taper off a little bit. When we break it down for you, talk about what happened. First off, let's set the scene here. Here's the road. You've got grass, but on that side of the road, there's a lot of dirt. Now, that dirt is just the farm fields that are there. You know, they're starting to plow, farmers are getting active, and that's no fault of their own here. But then we add the strong low pressure and the wind on there on top of a lack of rainfall. In fact, in Champaign, only 1.6 inches of rain for the entire month of April. That's less than half of what we should normally have. Bring in that crosswind here. This was what the view was like for folks who were driving. The dust blowing from those fields, they couldn't see in front of them. And that caused quite the problem for them as they were out there. Certainly when you add all of those factors together here, it's just a really bad scenario here. That being said, the dynamics in the atmosphere, the instability in place does bode a dangerous situation here. Moderate level 4 risk for most all of central Illinois. There's a high risk actually for a portion of Menard, Cass, and Morgan counties and off to the north and west. That's a 5 out of 5 here. If there's a little good news the next few days, some spot showers possible today. Future tracks showing some of those rotating on through this afternoon and evening. Somebody could get a quick downpour. No widespread beneficial rain. Tuesday is dry. By Wednesday, though, chance for some of those spot showers will return. And Wednesday might be what I call dirty rain. What I mean by that, when it rains, there's all that pollutant and smoke in the air. Could leave a lot of spots in the car, even if there's just a few light showers there. Wednesday night, it looks like things clear out, but we'll likely see the chance for rain be at least low from Wednesday into the weekend here. Each day having a chance somewhere gets a drink of rain. This particular watch is described as a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch. That's a rare escalation of a regular tornado watch for the potential for some significant tornado activity out there today. Already starting to see some storms form. We will watch those closely as they lift off to the north and east. That watch goes until 8, but the threat likely goes more to the east and will continue beyond that for some of us here. Another watch will be likely for the rest of us later on this afternoon as we think maybe some more storms may form in between here. Now, the sun happened to release a CME, a coronal mass ejection. We spotted that Friday night. We weren't sure how it was going to time, but that was part of this solar wind coming our way, that energy flowing through outer space. And as it arrived then, it interacted with the magnetic field. That energy, that's going to follow the magnetic field right into the poles. That's where the Earth's magnetic field is weakest here. Now, again, we use the north and south in the compass thanks to that, but that energy also can really come on into the North Pole and the South Pole and start to make some magic happen, as many of you saw here. Now, let's talk more about why we have to watch that tornado threat in particular. By 3 o'clock, we'll watch that cluster of storms roll into western Illinois. If it isn't organized enough, there'll be enough wind shear in there, especially if we get some of the sunshine out ahead of it to give it some instability. The chances maybe we can get some more isolated storms in nature. That would help increase the threat for tornadoes. But still, if we don't get the instability, more than likely the threat will be a little lower. I think the good call is outside tomorrow, say 1, 2 o'clock. If you see some sunshine breaking through, the severe threat goes up a little bit. If it's cloudy and stays that way, perhaps the severe threat will be a little lower. First off, Kevin, we may play a game where that Boeing segment on the south side keeps surging forward and causes something to spin. I think that circulation is right in here. There's New Berlin. Here's Springfield. Capitol Airport is here. This is the county line between Menard and Sangamon County. You see this little triangle right here? I think that's where the storm wraps up right there. So that's going to be south and west of Athens. This will move in the northeast direction here. Springfield proper, not in the tornado warning. They are under a severe thunderstorm warning. If you're in Springfield, severe thunderstorm warning. If you live immediately north, there's the new frame here, and we'll show you the velocity in a second. Sherman, I think the time is now to shelter. We'll give an all clear for Cass and Morgan counties from this storm. This is now Menard and Sangamon counties. This is the latest update coming as of 10 o'clock here. 4 to 8 inches in this broad blue area. Here's the 6 to 10 inch range. I'll tell you what, I honestly think we'll probably end at the higher end of this range and maybe overperform in a few spots here, as we think it'll be the biggest winter storm we've had in Champaign-Urbana in 6 years. The thing to note, dangerous road travel, particularly Monday afternoon, Monday night, and Tuesday morning. It still probably won't be fun out there tomorrow morning. But we're stressing that the impacts the highest come with the heaviest snow with round number 2 tomorrow night. Midnight to 1 a.m., starting to see some moisture come on in. If we get snow first, even if it's a little bit of snow, that will make things all that much more worse. You're adding ice crystals to the ground, and then you get some freezing rain on top of that. Really going to help things ice up, I think, by the time we get to tomorrow morning, 5, 6 a.m. Widespread freezing rain across the area here. We may have some potential for 75 to perhaps 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts with the storm. And that's similar damage to a weak tornado coming on through. It can cause power outages and more. Hail threat, not much change there. Still could deal with some large hail, but it is not a focus. This is the Severe Weather Center right here. You can access this on your WCIA 3 News app. If we are on air, we'll live stream. There's also a lot of great links that you can go through there. Also, download the WCIA 3 Weather app. You can download that for your Android and Apple devices. It will allow you to get instant weather alerts. And if you have a plan today, your safe spot is ready to go. Get that alert and you go there. We'll get through today just fine here. We'll get through it together as well. Full team coverage coming later on this afternoon. Across the country is seeing a lot of winter weather here. There's actually 31 states tonight with winter weather alerts out there. Oklahoma and Texas, most of those areas under winter storm warnings and watches. The reason being this Arctic air mass has settled on in here. We've got an active jet stream just to the south of that. We get these quick clipper storm systems that come on in. There's plenty of cold air to pull into them, and that's good for snow levels across the United States. As we look over the next 7 days, 47 out of 50 states are likely to see snowfall somewhere in the state. We could get a few inches of snow somewhere. Bigger story, though, these wind chill values. Here we go Saturday, Sunday morning, as low as -30 out there, and then even into Sunday night, still below 0. How about Monday? Still below 0. Tuesday morning, still below 0. It won't be until maybe Tuesday night we briefly bump above 0 for the wind chill values, but they'll be right back down then Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. If we look a little closer here, from Champaign to Lincoln, Decatur, down towards Mattoon, Charleston, this band right here I think has the best chance to give us a little more than our forecasted 2 inches if it sits overhead long enough. The general trend with Future Track is that it will slowly pivot over the next few hours here before finally carrying out of the region by tomorrow morning. A nice little first round of a clean snow event here for central Illinois. The latest snowfall forecast does have that 1 to 2 inch range for us, continuing between I-55 and I-70. There'll be a sharp cutoff to the south of that. And somewhere in this region, Decatur, Champaign, down to Tuscola, maybe back towards Lincoln, we think there may be an enhanced zone of greater than 2 inches of snow before all is said and done. The impacts, though, let's talk more about that. Where snow is falling and we have ice that is still on trees, that's not a good thing here. This is a wet snow, a very wet and dense snow here, and so that will stick to trees really well. If you've got trees with ice on them in your yard, we're concerned that this will add extra weight, potentially cause some more damage from the ice storm yesterday. Also, some travel concerns by tomorrow morning along I-57 from Paxton down towards Mattoon, Charleston, and I-74 off towards Indianapolis. Winter storm warnings in effect for much of the area. You can see those alerts crawling on the bottom of your screen. As we look at Future Track, this initial round of snow, light in nature, continues through the area. Here we are 5 a.m. seeing snow showers, but by 9 a.m. starting to get a break in it. Some flurries probably still on the board for us, but at least the sticking snow halts for a little bit. There it comes, though, by 2 o'clock, right back into the area here. Some of these darker blues showing some of the heavier snow here in central Illinois. Still dealing with it at 7 o'clock, all the way towards midnight. Before after midnight, the snow exits. Will be dry Tuesday, but still have residual impacts from the snow.